Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, young people, both young and not so young. I welcome you all. I would like to adopt the protocol that has already been established. And this evening, I will seek to address you as the President of the St. Lucia National Youth Council. As we strategically position ourselves as youth leaders to become increasingly effective in our efforts at improving national youth development, it is glaringly obvious that we must first seek to reflect on the environment and recent occurrences that have continued to both positively and negatively influence the success of our programs and initiatives. Firstly, it is indeed saddening that we have lost so many young lives in the past year. And as we reminisce on all of those young persons whose lives have been lost through unfortunate vehicular mishaps or violence, we must ensure that at least these lives would have taught us a valuable lesson or valuable lessons as we reflect on it in terms of conflict resolution and road safety, among others. Crime is also a very serious issue, which is often perpetuated by many young persons around St. Lucia and the Caribbean by extension. But whilst this may be accurate, we as young people can celebrate that not all our young persons are involved in such activities. This generation of youth are dynamic, brilliant, intelligent, energetic, talented, and might I boldly add that even those who are involved in criminal acts, if placed in the right environment with better conditions and facilities, may very well shock and outperform some of our non-criminal young persons amongst us. What does this tell us? It tells us that more than the common lip service of decision makers is necessary at this time for our young people in St. Lucia. I am sure that many of you here tonight have had the opportunity to go into some of our communities and see some of the conditions that so many of our young people live in. Dilapidated living conditions, days without food and proper parental guidance or emotional support. And then we expect these same young persons to sit 8 hours in a classroom and to be force-fed a curriculum which does not cater to their passions and dreams. One which lacks many of the necessary mental minerals which would prepare us to face the challenges of 2018. Unemployment is also a recurring decimal amongst our young people. And whilst we often think that we should sit and wait for decision makers to create jobs for us, the onus is on you and I to be creative and ambitious and industrious, innovative, and create opportunities for ourselves, taking control of our destiny and taking it into our own hands. Might I add that many youth require space for them to express themselves, their passions. And I'd like to move a motion for the government to put all HRDCs on the islands under the care of the St. Lucia National Youth Council. Might I add that these HRDCs can work with our district youth and sports councils to help them cater to all of the young persons in their various communities, as many of those facilities are discos for spiders as we speak. I met a young man yesterday, and he reminded me of myself. He had a piece of coconut tree branch, and he was making a cricket bat for himself. And I hadn't seen that in a long while. And he said to me, "Sir, I'm going to make my bat because I want to play for West Indies. But I just want you to buy a ball for me." And it touched my heart to see that so many of those young persons around have so much talent and expectations. And some of us sit by the wayside and don't seem to care much about it. In youth development, all of our young people fit into a pyramid. The reality is that those that are at the top of the pyramid are fewer in number and can actually survive on their own somewhat without much input from youth-focused programs. However, as you go down that pyramid, you find that there are more persons, and those are the young persons who actually require the youth development efforts and initiatives. I would like to challenge us here tonight, us leaders, to cater to more of the young people in the lower portion of the pyramid, those who really need the care. And let us stop investing so much of our time and effort with the young people on the higher level of the pyramid. Life is like an ocean, I may say. There are days that you can enjoy a bath at the sea, and there are other days that you cannot. The ocean provides food for us, and at the same time, it can cause your death. In this life, we must learn how to swim from very early on, and so that we can be successful, to power through the struggles and to achieve all of our goals and dreams. Do enjoy your night.